Welcome back, Seekers and Saints, to Fire in the Bones vlog, and today we're referring back to the sermon of November 10th at Cross of Hope Church. So if you've been with us through Hebrews, we've been spending the last few weeks on Melchizedek and priests and atonement. And for the Hebrews of the day, this was key. But why is it key for us? Because for them, it was a case of needing a priest to do certain things to redeem you to God, having a middleman. But we don't have that anymore, so why is this important to us? Well, on the surface of it, not. But it is. Bear with me here. You ever hear someone say the expression, well, there's my good deed for the day? You don't hear it too much anymore, but I remember growing up hearing it a lot. It sounds a lot like the statement Pastor Shane made in his sermon, are you a Christian? Well, I'm trying to be. There's almost this expectation that, well, I hope this works. And so, though we don't believe in blood sacrifice or animal sacrifice or blood, atoning, we don't believe in that. We do have our own version of it through good deeds, so to speak, being good enough to get to heaven. And I would posit that a lot of people who have accepted Christ still haven't given that up. There's still that belief of, yeah, I know God saved me, I know Christ redeemed me, but have I done enough? Well, the answer is no, you haven't, nor can you. Nor can anyone do it for you outside of Christ. Because that's the key message of what Hebrews is trying to say. Hebrews was making it specific for the Jews of the time, but what about us Gentiles living in the 21st century? For us, the message is no priest, no rabbi, no deed, no pastor can do it, not even yourself. No good deed, no good act, no belief in this, no belief in that. I mean, belief is key, but there's only one of them, and that is Christ's redemption. You know, the problem with believing in good deeds is the idea that my good deed for the day, as in, I got to keep going. I got to keep doing this. And as I said last time, I suppose there's this belief that we have to earn it, feels good to earn it, feels like I did something, there's a sacredness to it. But that's not what Jesus or the New Testament is teaching. That's the opposite of it. That's saying those things are nice, but they don't cut it. Because you gotta keep doing them. And guess what? They only last until the next time you sin, which is, oh, well, there it goes. You do your good deed and then it's negated just not even a minute later. That's how tall the standard is. Is it fair? No. But nothing's fair since the fall. So this is it. But the justice of it is that God looked down and said, it's not just or fair that they're born with this sin nature and they can't do anything to fix it. So I'm going to provide a way out, and that's Jesus. Hebrews 9:12 says that Jesus entered through those gates. Now he uses the Hebrew language, and if you want to know more about how that works exactly, go back to the sermon. Pastor Shane did a good job explaining that. I'll cut through the details for now, just to say Jesus went through all that, and when he did it, it's once and for all. Hebrews says it so wonderfully, once and for all. You know, my mother, when she died, or prior to her death, that is, I sent her a letter explaining salvation to her, again, in the simplest terms I could, gospel, simplest terms I could. And she thought it was great, she thought it was lovely, and she told me, I pray every day for that salvation, which told me, you don't get it, do you? You're just not getting it. We can pray, as 1 John 1:9 says, we could pray for forgiveness of a sin, but we don't pray for salvation, because salvation is once and for all, just as Hebrews said, once and for all. Forgiveness of sin, sure, we got to do that all the time. We got to repent all the time, yes. But salvation, once secured, and I go back a few weeks ago when I talked about how your salvation is secured based on verses like 1 Peter 1, 3, and 4, Isaiah 49, 13, or maybe it was 48, 22 offhand, I can't remember, but the point is your salvation is secure. John 10, once and for all. And now we have Hebrews 9:12. You don't have to keep asking, you don't have to keep earning, because none of those things will do it. Which really, and that goes to show also, nobody, if someone claims that they can help you earn that salvation, I'm going to say it right now, they're a heretic. Because no one can help you. They can guide you. If they mean by I can help guide you and explain it to you, cool. But if they mean they have to be part of the process intermediary-wise, like you got to ask them, they ask God, heretic. Heretic. Because you ask Christ directly for that atonement. Okay? I'm serious when I say that. I know that's heavy. But there is no intermediary between you and God except Christ, who is God. So I guess that's direct. No one can take the place of that. We need pastors, but they are guides, not intermediaries. Which really comes to the conclusion of the matter. No one and nothing and no deed can pay what Christ did, because he paid it, only he could pay it, once and for all. That's it for today on Fire in the Bones, and I'll see you next time.